Hey parents, it's Robbin McManne here. How often when you are triggered by your kids, is it really hard not to react in anger? I know it is. I was caught in that anger cycle, that yelling cycle for a long time. So I really understand this. And what I want to do is give you a quick tip and trick to use daily so that you don't react out of anger and instead you respond more intentionally and more calmly. While you're here, please take a second to like this video. Please also subscribe. Every week, I am bringing you a new video to help you solve everyday frustrations and issues that crop up in your parenting. It's normal. And look, if you've got a strong-willed child who is difficult to parent, who doesn't like to hear the word no, and as soon as you say no, it is your child spirals or has a meltdown or tantrum, I really get it. I've lived that for many years myself, and I know the tricks and the tools to use to just stay calm yourself, but also to calm your child down too. I actually partner with a lot of different people, and one of those partnerships is with Foundations Prep School. They're a school on the East Coast, and I work with them and do some workshops and talk to their parents and different things like that. And I want to tell you what they say about my work. Cassie Hutchins is one of the co-owners and co-founders of Foundations Prep School, and this is what she has to say about my work. She says that Robbin is a consummate professional in her knowledge, execution of parent coaching support, and her empathetic demeanor. We continue to partner with Robbin as our parent coach for our stressed and sometimes overwhelmed daycare clients. During the last live parent event with Robbin, she supported parents in such a powerful way that even our event staff felt completely uplifted and educated on the call. Her knowledge of empathetic and positive boundary parenting is vast, and she's an incredible communicator. I recommend her to everyone. So thank you so much for that, Cassie. I so appreciate that. And I definitely would love to work with you too. And in every one of my videos is a link to book a call with me. I want to hear from you, and I would love to help you too, because there is a better way and a more joyful, connected way that you can parent that really is more fun and is a lot less stressful. So let's dive into this. How do we go from reacting in anger to our kids to responding more intentionally? And, sometimes we hear people say, just breathe or embrace the pause. Okay, so I'm going to say you do that. Here's what I want you to remember, that oftentimes when we are hit with a behavior or an attitude, disrespect, or just a flat out refusal to cooperate, we immediately feel the anger rising in us. Maybe we have some thoughts around this situation or thoughts about our child that aren't really helping us. And so in order for you to do things differently, because if you're watching this, you want to do things differently. You know that what you're doing now doesn't feel good for you and isn't really working with your kids, right? So instead, what I want you to do is recognize that parenting isn't an emergency, that this situation isn't an emergency, and therefore it does not require an immediate response. Yes, you're going to respond, but it doesn't require one in this exact second. So that means that you have a moment to pause. Now, before you turn this video off, hear me out. I want you to know that pausing is really putting space between you, your feelings, your reactions, your stress, and what's happening in front of you, what's happening with your child. And you just being able to pause for a moment allows you to, without judgment, notice what you're feeling, notice what you're thinking, even notice what you are assuming. These things happen in a nanosecond. We are wired to judge immediately, right? And our brains immediately go to judgment, but that takes us out of curiosity and compassion for our child. Our kids' behavior really is communication. And when we just react, we forget all the things that we want to do. We forget all the way that we want to be and the ways that we want to show up for our kids. So pausing really does allow you to do that. Just collect your thoughts. Remind yourself of how you want to show up. And in peaceful parenting, how we really want to show up is with curiosity with the intention of solving this issue without punishment and creating a win-win as well. That feels really, really good. And it actually feels like how you always wanted to parent. You know, you don't, nobody became a parent wanting to yell, wanting to punish their kids. We just didn't. So pausing allows us to say, okay, what just happened? What's going on with me right now? Am I triggered from something else? Am I thinking about something else? Am I still in work mode? Am I impatient right now? Like, what is going on with me? And then, hang on, what's going on with my kiddo? Why are they like this? Why are they so disrespectful? Did I miss something? So you're really pausing and opening up the feeling and the curiosity too. And the other thing is that if you can take a couple of deep breaths, it really does center you and it regulates you and it just calms down your nervous system. So when you're breathing, and we're talking deep belly breaths, not breathing up here, which are shallow breaths, but when you deep breathe and breathe slowly and fully, you will find that you're going to calm down. And here's the reason why this is so great, because you're calm and our kids will do what we do. And so if they see you breathing slowly and calmly, they will start to do the exact same thing. They co-regulate off of us. This is key. You know, saying calm down, and I love this quote, in the history of calming down, saying calm down has never calmed anyone down. And I always say, like, you told me to calm down. My dad would always say, just relax. Oh my gosh, like that's the last thing I'm going to do is relax when you say to relax. But if you show that you're calm, we just will match that, right? Our kids will match that. Other people will match that. Have you ever met somebody who just is like a calming force? It's because that's the way they show up. So when you can do that, your kids will do it too. It's like magic, but it's not. It's science. So when you're triggered, take a second. This isn't an emergency. Remind yourself this isn't an emergency. Put space between you and what's happening in front of you. Take a couple of deep breaths. What's happening with me without judgment? Yeah, I am feeling stressed right now. Okay, what's going on, buddy? What's going on with you, sweetheart? How come you said it like that? Sounds like you need a little bit of help. Sounds like you're upset right now. Let's work it out. That's it. It'll really, really help you. And when you can respond instead of react, you're going to feel so proud of yourself. You're going to feel so encouraged. I know you will. I know how good it feels when it's like, tick, I did it the way I wanted to do it. I responded to my child in a way that I feel really proud of, and it didn't devolve into something worse. It didn't create more conflict and chaos. We actually got to solve it, and that feels so good. So what I would love for you to do is go to strongwilledkids.com and you can download the guide, How to Turn a No into Cooperation. It is a fantastic guide that you will love, that will just continue on this path to having you be more intentional, to have you be more present with your kids and connect with them more, because when connection is high, resistance is low. And that is the name of the game here. So go to strongwilledkids.com. Don't forget, if you're struggling in your parenting and you have a difficult child, I am the one for you. And I would love to talk to you and help you work that out. Book a call with me below. It's free. It's confidential. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. And by the way, this next video that I have for you is all about how to parent a difficult child. So you'll really love this too. Thanks again for being here. Thanks for watching. See you next time.